This module offers you tips on how to install the CalAmp hard mount device to maximize effectiveness with Actsoft products. Not following these tips may cause your device to operate incorrectly. Actsoft recommends that you contact us at support@actsoft.com for a list of recommended installers in your area. It is important that the installer is familiar with the installation of GPS and cellular devices and be comfortable in a vehicle environment. You can also download the CalAmp installation guide by going to actsoft.com/CalAmp. The first step to installing your CalAmp is to plan for the installation. Be sure that you have received all of the CalAmp components before you begin. These include the CalAmp device, a power harness, GPS and communication or COM antennas if you didn't select a CalAmp with an internal antenna, and optional components include input and output cables. Next, decide exactly where you're going to position your CalAmp. If you have an internal antenna, it is essential that you place the CalAmp device near the windshield or back window of the vehicle. Be sure to avoid a location that would be in direct sunlight. If you have external antennas, be sure to place the antenna with a clear line of sight to the sky. Make sure you have the appropriate cable length and access to locate the CalAmp components in the desired configuration in the vehicle. This diagram illustrates proper placement of your CalAmp on the vehicle. Now it's time to install your CalAmp. No matter which harness you selected, you will have 3 wires that need to be connected properly to your vehicle. One is red, another is black, and the third is white. The red wire goes to a constant power source. One location may be the positive terminal on the vehicle battery. If the red wire is not connected to constant power, the device will not track properly and give false alerts that the CalAmp has been tampered with. The black wire goes to a ground in your vehicle, like the vehicle chassis. The white wire needs to go to an ignition source. Be sure that the ignition source that you choose is only hot when the ignition key is on, not when the key is turned to accessories or off. To be sure of this, test the ignition source with the key in the off position and again in the accessories position. Neither of these positions should make the ignition source hot for proper operation of your CalAmp. If the ignition source you choose is hot in an off or accessory position, this can give a false alert that the CalAmp has been tampered with or that the vehicle is in idle. After you have connected the wires in the vehicle, follow this typical connection sequence. Attach the cable from the GPS antenna if your CalAmp has one. Connect the cable from the COM antenna if your CalAmp has one. Then plug in the power harness. If you have a CalAmp with an internal antenna, all you have to do is connect the power harness. Next, test your installation to ensure the device is connected and operating properly. Make sure the green and orange lights come on the CalAmp. At first they will blink rapidly while connecting to the data network, then remain solid. Once solid, check your Actsoft software to make sure the vehicle has reported its position. It may take 5 to 10 minutes for the device to report its first position. Start the ignition on the vehicle, then check the software to ensure you see the ignition on in the status column. It may take 2 to 3 minutes for ignition on to display. Wait 2 minutes and then make sure the status column changes to idle. Finally, turn the vehicle off and make sure the software says ignition off. Thank you for taking the time to learn some tips on installing your CalAmp device. For installation help, you can send an email to support@actsoft.com. To download the CalAmp installation manual, go to actsoft.com/CalAmp.